A lot of people lately have been asking me, whether or not I ever plan to move back to America. Short answer to that is no, I have no intentions of moving back to America. Um, Now, I'd like to explain that to you guys. This has nothing to do with America as a country. I love America. I'm very proud to be an American, and I always will be. And this isn't, saying that the Philippines is better than America, and I think everybody should live in the Philippines. No, that's not what I'm saying. I just want to explain what I have found that works for me, and why the Philippines is my choice and why I plan to stay here in the Philippines. Now, first and foremost, the main thing and the main reason that I want to stay in the Philippines is because it has truly made me a better person. It completely changed my outlook on life in a whole. I used to be such a negative person, um, just always negative. Didn't matter the situation. I was always looking for the negative in any situation. Oh, well, this is going to end up happening, or oh, this is going to go south. This isn't going to work out. No matter how good something might be going, I'd always look at the negative. And I hated being that way. And honestly, it just became a way of life for me. I didn't even realize how negative I truly was until I ended up moving here, and it was almost like overnight I started looking at everything from a positive standpoint and a positive point of view. And I definitely have the people here in the Philippines to thank for that, and the culture here in the Philippines to thank for that. And I have Marjorie to thank for that, 100% Marjorie to thank for that. And above all, God, obviously, to thank for that. Now, the way it changed me is just incredible. Like, the negativity's gone. I see every day as positive. I look forward to waking up every morning, which in America, that was super rare that I ever woke up and was like, yay, another day. I was never like that. And now, like, I can't wait to wake up every morning. It's almost like being a kid on Christmas Eve going to bed and you can't wait to wake up in the morning and see what's under the tree, right? And every day to me is a new experience. Every day is something, fun and adventurous. And it's just, I know every day is going to be stress free. Um, and I know some people are like, oh, well, that's because, it's somewhere new, it's somewhere different, and you haven't been there that long. And that's true. I haven't been here that long, going on almost 3 years now that I've been here this time. And, I don't think that it's just, oh, because it's new or it's something different that I'm not used to. And that's why, you know, to me, everything's positive. And that's not just it. Yeah, it's new, it's different. I see different things every day, have new experiences, and that's wonderful. But overall, in everything, I'm just positive now. Even when I talk to family back home and things like that, and they might have a negative situation going on, I am just rambling on about the positive aspects of that situation and what the positive outcomes might be. Even my family's noticed the change in my personality and, in my true happiness and positivity at life now. So that is huge to me. That's wonderful. I never had that. And now I have that. And I don't ever want to lose that, and I want to hold on to it. So that's one of the reasons I plan to stay here in the Philippines. Another reason is just peace. The overall peace that I have now in my mind and my soul, it's unbelievable. The pace of life here is just so laid back and so simple. And I don't feel like I'm fighting every day to survive. Here it's more, I guess, quality of life is what I want to say, right? The quality of life here is so, so different. Even the simple life, right? A lot of people may look, oh, well, you don't have hot water, or you don't have a washing machine for your clothes, or you don't have that. You know, I love it, man. The simple life is such an eye opener. It's very humbling, and it has made all the difference. And I truly have found peace. There's no stress. I don't have stress anymore. And like I said a minute ago, I don't feel like I'm fighting to survive every day, right? I feel like I wake up every day, and whatever I do throughout that day is to live, not survive, but to actually live and enjoy the moment and enjoy life to the fullest, right? So the peace that I have found here is another reason. Another reason to stay here, my relationship with Marjorie is absolutely incredible. She's an amazing woman. She's opened my eyes up to so many things in life. You know, she's one of the reasons that it helped turn me very positive and look at things in a positive way. You know, they have a saying here in the Philippines called "Bahala na," and that mindset is awesome. I love it. So Bahala na is similar to like people in America that say, "Oh, it is what it is," right? But in America, when you say it is what it is, it's really like, "Oh, I don't care, whatever," right? Here, Bahala na is trust that things will be okay. Trust that things will work out. You know, whether or not we have a typhoon coming or something like that, you know, and there's going to be terrible winds and flooding. Bahala na, everything's going to be all right. Everyone will be okay. And no matter what, we'll get through it. Right. So the Bahala na mindset to me is just absolutely incredible. And Marjorie actually tells me that I believe more in Bahala na than she does. So I have that mindset now, which is just wonderful. I absolutely love it. It's really, really nice to feel that way and to trust that everything's going to be okay. And spiritually here, you know, I feel, you know, not to bring in religion into anything, but I do feel closer to God here than I ever have in my life. And I think that plays a big role in my decision to stay here as well. Not that I can't find God in America or, you know, anywhere in the world. It's just I feel closer spiritually to him here now. So that's very important to me. And that's been a real eye opener and a big change in my life. Another reason I want to stay is because the way the culture is, the way the community is, you know, and the way the people are. It's just amazing. It's actually absolutely tremendous. I love it. You know, your neighbors are always friendly, you know, and that's amazing. You know I lived in places back in the West where, you know, I didn't even know my neighbors. I've been there for years and didn't even know them, you know. So here, and some people like to live that way, and that's okay. But again, this is what works for me. Having this sense of community here, especially out here in this province town, is just tremendous. I feel like I'm part of the community. Every human interaction I have here, this is huge. Every human interaction I have here is a good one. I have never had a negative experience with another human being here, which is amazing. You know, it used to be I couldn't go a couple hours without having a negative interaction with another human being. And now living here, it's all positive. And you know, and sharing my journey with you guys is another reason that I want to stay here as well. I want to continue to share my journey and share the amazing things that there are in life outside of whatever country you may be in, right? Not just looking from America to the Philippines, but looking outside your country and thinking about going to another country, wherever it may be. You know, maybe you want to go to Europe and Europe could be, you know, your diamond in the rough, right? You never know. And so in America, I never would have sat in front of a camera and talked to thousands of people online. Like I never would have done that in America. I know I wouldn't have. Never. So something in me changed and I'm more comfortable doing that now. And I'm happy to share my experiences. And I hope it brings inspiration to other people in the world that, you know, maybe want to change things in their life and, you know, try something different. Don't be afraid to do it. Get out there and try something different. Do it before it's too late. You know, in America, I feel like if I would have stayed there, I would have been, you know, in that rut, work until you die. And you know, I said, you know what? I'm going to cut my losses, take a chance and just do it. And it's been the best decision I ever made. It was scary at first and nerve wracking. Like I didn't know if it was going to work out. Everything's working out and it's wonderful. You know, I've a great woman by my side who supports me in everything I do. And that's tremendous. I have a wonderful supportive family that supports my decisions in life. Um, and that's tremendous as well. You know, it's wonderful to have that. So I just wanted to come on here today and talk about that because people do ask me, friends back in America, family members in America have asked, when are you going to move back? I have no intentions of moving back. And it's nothing against America at all. I want to reiterate that. It's just that I have truly found my peace here, and peace and quality of life is what I found here. And to me, that is very, very important. And that's why I'll be staying here in the Philippines. So Thank you to you all. Thank you all to all my subscribers, everybody that likes and comments. I appreciate it so much. Thank you to the Philippines. Thank you to God. Thank you to my family. Thank you to Marjorie for everything. Life has just been tremendous, and I'm extremely happy. As always, guys, thank you so much for watching. And wherever you are in the world, I hope you're having an amazing day and I hope you're happy. Thank you so much.